I'm so happy that the project on which I'm working within the community media, where I meet with awesome community managers all over the Europe, and my plan is to meet community managers from 42 European countries, is going well, and I can finally meet and talk to a community manager who is now located in Czech Republic, and her name is Liz Bondarenko, and she is Gamers community manager. So today we are going to tell more about that. Liz, thank you for joining me today.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
So maybe we can start with you telling a bit about yourself. So how you became a community manager.
I'm Liz. I'm 28. I'm from Ukraine, and I became community manager basically by mistake, no, by chance. So I was a third year psychology student in Poland, and I realized that my bank account looks kind of sad. So I decided to look for job, and fortunately or unfortunately the only hard skills I possessed were 4 languages that I spoke. And so yeah, that was my selling point kind of. Besides that, also Adobe Suite was something that I knew from my teen years, basically. I started applying with that, and I landed the job as marketing manager that now I realize was basically just community manager, because I'm kind of doing all those things now plus additional things. I was recording video for said community, preparing text, translations, collecting their feedback. So yeah, it was literally community management. And yeah, that's how my journey started. It was not game dev back then though. It was iGaming actually, if I can call it that. But yeah, it was tiny startup in Poland, in my alma mater city, Katowice. Great people, interesting experience. I'm very grateful for it. It was short, but it was rememberable.
So you started to work in this first company that is related to community management, and you found out that this is your scene, right? So you enjoyed it. What were the things that you liked about it the most?
I wouldn't say that I enjoyed it. I was mostly very stressed at university, but the reality is I'm pretty good with online communities, like natively, because I'm a gamer and gamers spend a lot of time with their friends on voice calls. Plus, I'm tech savvy, plus, again, languages and also psychology major, which kind of helps, I guess, to understand people, to understand the community background, to be a little bit of chameleon and adapt to various communities that you're managing, various projects, because in game dev there is no game that is exactly the same as the other, and there are no communities that are copies of each other. It's always completely different environment, completely different moods, memes, and stuff like that in the community.
So you think that to be a great community manager in gaming, you should be gamer. So is it like the right thing that I figure out from your answer? Or maybe you know some community managers in this domain who are not into gaming much?
Oh, it's 100% an asset. I don't know any community manager that in game dev, I mean, that is not a gamer themselves. It's
Okay.
also kind of like a passion environment. Everyone I work with is passionate gamer or was passionate gamer at some point in their life, at least. And yeah, we all share this thing, this hobby, and it's kind of cool. I've never worked not in this environment besides that first project and few practices during university years, but I've never considered the fact that there can be environment where people around you are not sharing the same background and hobby and passion as you. So I'm very appreciative of that fact actually, because everyone around me is also a geek, nerd, understands most of the memes I know. We speak same lingo. We are more or less the same age as well, which is kind of curious. Everyone I know at my current work is between 22 and like 40, late 40s. So it's not that big of a difference, I guess. Well, wait, I actually yeah, it's actually normal working age, I guess. So yeah, everyone can be a gamer.
Yeah, and everyone can be a gamer, but what skill set, to your opinion, for instance, let's speak about hard skills that you think that this person who will do community management in gaming should possess?
In terms of hard skills, things that helped me the most were for sure languages. English language 100%, especially if it's international gaming community. Besides that, being tech enthusiast or tech advanced is certainly something that you need 100% everywhere, because usually community managers' tasks are being decided by the company. It's not like every community manager does exactly the same thing, even in gaming alone. Some community managers, for example, edit videos, some exclusively streaming, some only create texts and posts on social media. In some companies, social media is not a part of community whatsoever. So depending on that, languages and basic tech skills, basic computer skills are probably non-negotiables. And then we have skills like graphic assets creation, something I also heavily possess, but I know community managers that don't really do that. And nowadays, in the era of AI and tools like Canva, this skill is not that needed, I guess. In game dev, for sure, Discord is probably also non-negotiable hard skill. Yeah, in every single project I worked in, Discord was main tool of communication in community ground.
I think that we'll return to the tools later a bit, because I think this is also interesting what tools community managers should like use, and also what tips you can give related to Discord. Maybe you can also get more deeper into the responsibilities that you are doing, like what they are, maybe about your day, like how it looks like in terms of your like work.
Okay, so in current workplace, my day and my workload consists of sharing the news from the side of the project, then collecting feedback about those news from the community, giving this feedback to requesting parties, plus preparing various events for the community. Usually it's online events, but we also hosted offline events, quite a lot of them. Live streaming on Twitch is a part of my responsibilities now, and taking care of other platforms that I'm responsible for. In sense of, for example, translations, normal daily content creation, and feedback collection plus exchange plus answering people's questions, which is kind of also a part of the feedback. And depending on period we are in, sometimes graphic design is being added to that. Yeah, that's probably it. A few other things here and there, but they're not stable. They're not something I do on a daily basis or even weekly basis.
Okay.
Oh, and besides that, of course, playing the game and testing the game. Yeah, that's quite a big part, and especially for the project I'm working on, which is very complex, very fast paced, very changing. There is a lot of additions that are coming in every update. Our responsibility as community managers is to stay on top of that, as on top as it gets. Like, there is probably no team in the company that knows game updates as well as we do.
Yeah. You mentioned community managers as a plural. And that's where I'm getting curious. Maybe you have a team of community managers. So are you alone on that particular project? So how the team looks like?
So at my current project, I'm very blessed to be a part of a glorious big community managers team. We are mostly regional community managers, and we are all taking care of particular regions, particular languages, and communities within those regions, and global community as well. So with me, I have 6, I believe, community managers who are also doing similar responsibilities, let's say. But I've worked in places where I was solo warrior for sure. I was responsible for both social media and community management and a little bit of marketing plus events. It's like Swiss knife woman in that regard. And I've also worked in super big companies where community management is like just a service that is being provided to super big communities, super big companies.
With whom you mainly collaborate the most while you are doing your job. So you have awesome big company who has department of community managers, as we found out, but maybe you can tell about the people with whom you collaborate. Marketing guys, maybe tech guys, who brings you some updates maybe. So yeah, who are they?
Yeah, we actually collaborate quite a lot. I'm pretty sure that we are kind of doing it on a daily basis. Like, we're constantly in contact with a lot of departments, starting from development, finishing with probably marketing or community management of other projects within the company. We're also sometimes collaborating and creating something cool and unusual. So I would say our team is quite multifaceted in that regard. We are receiving a lot of feedback requests from different teams because they want to know what to add, what to remove, what to fix, and also we are giving a lot of information and a lot of feedback from our side to various teams like that. Also, of course, influencers. We actually have a program that is called Community Contributors Program, and it is for people who play our game, who are very passionate and they have their own communities within their channels. And we usually collaborate with them for various events and provide them with information, providing a line of help for them. Like they can always reach to us, and it's quite a lot of people. Each community manager has their main CCs, community contributors, that we are in a constant contact with, but yeah, everyone has access to everyone basically. And usually community contributors are the creators who are the biggest for the regions or the biggest overall. Yeah, and they're being selected and we are inviting them to our program. That's kind of how it works.
Maybe you can also remember some other programs or projects related to what you are doing, or maybe you had opportunity to design something inside your community because it's like regionally suitable.
So we like to treat our entire community the same way. So every community gets their own events usually, and the appeal of every community having their own community manager is the fact that we can actually touch the regional specific cultural events. So for my community, for example, I organized tailored tournaments for important dates, also tailored events where rewards could be collected. And besides that, each stream that we are doing, like for me it's at least once a month, is usually in the language of our communities, of course. And yeah, we also have global streams that are in English, so they are tailored in that regard.
Cool. I think that it's nice when you have something in local language. I think it also encourages people because not all maybe gamers know English.
Our community is really, really big, and the game is very popular among players of the entire world. It's very old game, very well-known game, and the fact that we are in such a good place that we can have all those community managers for the biggest regions is a huge benefit for the project. Because in my previous projects it wasn't the case. Usually it was just one person who doesn't speak many languages. Well, for me it's all 4 languages, but there are a lot of other people from other cultures, and they usually would not receive the care that maybe they need or they deserve within the community. So we have a community manager per biggest region is quite cool. And also just collaborating within our team for the events that are more global, for example, is pretty nice.
I like that you mentioned about care and about this importance to have this regional person and to have this community manager to take care of you. If you look at the community with which you are working from the point of view of a gamer, of the member of your community, maybe you can give me top 3 things that you like the most in your community. Like if you are just a gamer and you are participating in life of community.
I like to believe that I'm not just managing the community, but I'm a part of it and I'm understanding it from within. This is what I strive for in every community that I'm touching as community manager. And benefits for the players, for the community members, are usually the fact that they can directly get access to the developer, to a person who knows their passion, their game, something they invest their time in from within, and can actually touch correct buttons, ask correct people to receive information that is completely unique, the information that no one outside the community would get. For example, some people invest so much time into each game they play. They buy merch, they put posters on their walls, they wear their t-shirts, and they're representing their belonging to the community. And it's as inspiring as it is terrifying, because yeah, there is a lot of power in this love, and it's also often quite destructive for community managers and for community members themselves, because some games are more peaceful, some games are less peaceful, and obviously player behavior kind of touches that quite a lot and is being affected by it.
We gradually came to the topic of specifics of gaming communities, because I'm talking to community managers from various domains. I made interview with a community manager who was a lawyer and became a community manager of lawyers, and also about tech people, about R&D, and about marketing managers community. Maybe we can deep dive into gaming community. So, and the tools that you are using to work with it. On your LinkedIn mentioned four tools, and maybe we can go through them, and you can give your maybe tips how to work with those tools the best, and maybe you can advise maybe some bots. So the first one is Discord. Nobody is surprised. As a community manager, what should you do to be good with Discord?
So Discord is a very versatile platform. Initially, Discord serves as voice chat for people that are playing together. Afterwards, they added a lot of functions that are also very useful. For example, the community aspect of it is Discord servers. So each community has an opportunity to create a server and fill it with whatever they want. For gaming environment, it's usually information about the game, of course, discussions about the game, feedback about the game, collection of it, and place to leave it. Often it is support that is also provided within the server. And you mentioned bots. Yes, bots are quite important part of Discord community management as well. Why do it by hand if you can automate it? For example, auto moderation and auto posting, auto support, and stuff like that. And then you can also add like voice chat within the servers. So people who play the game usually come to those voice chats to play the game together on the server of the community. And for example, they're also getting stuff like better voice quality, which is nice. I guess it's beneficial. And there is a lot of things you can do within Discord. And yes, it is complicated, it's big, and there are a lot of buttons. I kind of grew up with Discord. I've been with it since as long as I can remember, like as long as it existed. So every time new update comes out, I kind of understand where to find it, even though lately it's been quite overwhelming there. But yeah, Discord is number 100%.
And the next tool is Stream. So maybe you can give more about that. Facts and tips how to deal with it.
It's a platform that has a lot of tools within it, a lot of helpful tools, a lot of confusing tools, bots as well, a lot of options for content creation and moderation. You can just stream. You can restream your old stream that is already recorded and it looks like a new stream. You can create shorter clips within those streams. Your players can interact with your stream with various tools. For example, throw a tomato at you and it will actually appear on the stream for everyone. Or call custom voice button and random voice effect will play on the stream also for everyone. So it's interactive platform. It's been quite one-sided for a while, and now it's very two-sided, meaning not only streamer is providing the content, but also watchers, viewers can participate in creating of those content. And yeah, it's quite complicated, confusing tool. I've been streaming to a few thousands of people once in a while for various topics, and it's been very overwhelming in the beginning. It's been super overwhelming. But at some point, you just learn to disable your normal life brain and enable streaming brain, and it just goes by itself. I don't know how to explain it. It's like you're reading the chat, you're playing, you're showing emotions and like dancing to music at the same time. It's quite interesting as an experience, but it took me some time to get into that mind space. I like streaming now. I feel like it's something that players can easily vibe with and connect on even deeper, completely different level with the project.
But to your opinion, streaming is a must? Streaming is a must as a responsibility or hard skill or soft skill of a gaming community manager, or it's not obligatory and you should not be like aware how to do it and do it regularly?
If you're inspiring to work with a big community, especially for live project, meaning not solo game, not something you're just playing alone, but something that actually has a multiplayer aspect to it, then streaming is probably non-negotiable. However, if it's indie game, if it's mobile game, if it is again solo game, then streaming is not something you should even think of, probably not something you should touch. You could, because it's additional benefit to be able to just start the stream or set up your PC, set up the light for the stream, but I wouldn't say that it's that necessary. Players appreciate it though. Being able to stream gives you an ability to connect with them on completely different level. Like they never, usually when they interact with the community, they don't see the face of the community manager, of person who represents the game, represents the project that they put so much time in. And the fact that we can just turn on the stream and explain everything face to face to those humans with our human language, so they see that we are not robots, that we also have feelings, that we also can be emotional and can be confused by their feedback, or can show our human side, and it connects players on a completely different level, I believe. So I'm happy that we are doing it.
So we covered already Discord, and we covered Twitch, and the last tool that mentioned that you are using is Telegram. It is not also a tool, as we know, it's like a platform, but maybe you can give us some tips why it's suitable for your community and what are you doing there.
So I've actually set up the Telegram channel not so long ago. It's very recent. I've only started actually taking care of it, and I'm taking care of Ukrainian community. So Telegram channel exists for the Ukrainian community of our game, and in our target group, Ukrainian players, Telegram is probably top one tool they're using on daily basis to communicate with their families, to communicate with their friends and other gamers, and they have it on tips of their hands at all times. Like most people are just glued to their phones. So every time something pings, they can easily reach for this information and receive it as fast as possible. So I believe Telegram is a great platform to connect with players once again and be able to interact with them with something significantly simpler than Discord. Discord, as you said, it's pretty confusing. There are a lot of buttons. And for our target audience who is slightly older, it's a bit too confusing. There are a lot of pings, a lot of notifications, and information just gets lost there. And Telegram provides us with a set of tools that allows us to reach to players directly and translate the information we want to share with them, and also receive the feedback from them in significantly easier way through comments, through chats. So yeah, Telegram is cool in that regard. I'm still just experimenting with it because Telegram keeps adding their additional tools. They also have streaming within Telegram. They also have stories. They also have those little video circles that you can record, and custom stickers and stuff like that.
Okay, so we covered these tools and platforms. Maybe you can add some other tools that are like you open them daily almost, and you're working with them as a community manager, and you think that without them, your life will be not that easy. Maybe you can mention something else.
So, as person that touches graphic design and graphic asset creation, I opened Figma quite a lot. I like the tool. I can do a lot in it, not just 2D design, but also slightly more complicated things, infographics, for example, and I find it quite useful during my events because people usually understand and receive information significantly better when they have pretty image to stare at with main information on it, instead of reading a long text that has a lot of letters, and brain just stops working at some point. So I learned this tool and I've been getting better at it. Every time I use it, I learn something new, and I believe players appreciate it.
I like how you tell I'm good at Figma, and you just proudly told that. I love the spirit, you know? Okay, just maybe you can take a sip of your awesome tea and recharge a bit before I'm going to ask you about the latest achievement of your community that you helped to get. We in the community media are celebrating all the achievements, no matter what the size of those achievements. So maybe you can remember something awesome. So what was that?
Actually, very recently, I achieved something pretty cool. I fully organized and I had help, of course, within the team. The stream interview with amazing woman whose name is Sarah Deal. She's a lieutenant colonel of American Navy. And yeah, we invited her. We asked cool questions. We talked a bit. We had female banter there with my colleague from my project. And it was an amazing experience. I've never done anything like that, especially in front of thousands of people. But yeah, the stream was also dedicated to 8th of March, International Women's Day, which added it a little bit of something there.
Okay.
And in our male-dominated community, it was probably a novelty, but the feedback was very positive and it charged me for more stuff inspired and inspiring like that.
That's so cool.
The project was massive, a lot of preparation for it, and when you have invitees, there is always a lot of uncertainty about will they come, maybe they're busy, and you don't really know the person beforehand. It's hard to tell who they are and how they will react to your questions. Maybe it's going to be really hard to talk to them, or maybe they won't want to answer questions. But that experience showed me that people are not that scary and not that terrifying. And even if you find them very cool, because Sarah is actually first female marine pilot
Oh, cool.
for American Navy. Yes, she was just amazing.
I congratulate you with this great experience. I love this, spirit, and I think that maybe we'll wrap up our interview with a question about things that inspire you. So,
What inspires me right now is my team. Honestly, I never thought I will say that because I've moved to the office work quite recently. I've been a home office girly for many years, since before COVID even. And now I have a team of very diverse community managers, and they are all quirky and interesting in their own ways, and they bring their slight cultural differences and different perceptions, different interests, and different ideas for events. And just the fact that we can brainstorm or just banter about something silly like in the kitchen, and it just adds me random ideas that I can then create something insane from, for events, for example, or just for like daily work, for multiple reasons. Just the fact that I can reach for other humans' brains and get information that I'm interested in, or get something completely random that just stays with me for a while, is quite cool. And yeah, probably that. And besides that, in terms of inspiring, probably TikTok creators that I'm watching. I don't really have the names though. It's usually random people that are creating content on TikTok, content about communities, content about psychology, about social psychology specifically, about how people react to certain things, about what to say, what not to say. Every community manager is completely different. Like, you are working, you have interviews with community managers that have nothing to do with gaming, for example. I myself was surprised that there are community managers outside of gaming, because like I'm cooking in this soup for so long. It's been 8 years now since I was touching community manager position in various places. Yeah, it's quite interesting, I guess.
And I should thank you for sharing your experience, because on the list of all my interviews that I already posted about tech, about Web3, about the various other communities that I'm going to share, I think gaming is extremely interesting, but also not like familiar to everyone, domains and Discord and stuff. But I'm very happy that we had chance to talk about it, and that you shared your insights and your perception and your side of this job. So Liz, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me and giving me this opportunity. Communities are cool. They do a lot. They exist everywhere, and they're quite natural thing. Probably the most natural thing that exists in the society. And I'm glad being a part of it. I hope AI doesn't replace me at some point.
Let's keep our fingers crossed. But I think that people should always talk to people. For now, we are at least safe.